Sashay, please like and subscribe. Thank you to those I already do. So I came on because I did a reading about Quincy Brown and Quincy Combs, the son of Kim Porter and Diddy. And her energy was heavy in the reading. Like there's a lot of spiritual protection around him from her. And it's so heavy. I feel like I'm wondering, is there going to be stuff that comes out about her death? Or is she going to be spiritually, obviously she's spiritually, her spirit is very heavy with the situation going on and around Quincy, and I'm sure around all her kids, especially him and the twins. So I kind of want to see, how does Quincy Brown feel currently about his mother's passing now that Diddy's been exposed on, like, he's been exposed. You know, they're sitting there watching at the trial and hearing details, some of the stuff they knew and some of the stuff they didn't know. It's really graphic, even the stuff I'm like seeing online, but to be there, it just must be really hard. So I kind of want to see, how does he feel now about his mother's passing? If there's any, does he feel like his dad possibly could have did that? Like, let's see what comes out. Power supply keeps coming out. I noticed. Oh wow, I didn't even see that. Death and outer space and life. That's interesting. And every time I see, and burial, this is right at the bottom of the deck, and a couple. Couple keeps coming out for the last readings I've done on Diddy or people connected to Diddy. I'm wondering what's the significance. It feels like 1 minute she's alive and the next minute she was gone. And on this death card specifically, this gives me Baphomet. I wonder, is her parents still alive? Let's see. How does Quincy Brown now feel about his mother's passing, transition? Caregiver. Fraud, huh? Did she have a caregiver, like somebody was taking care of her? It's like he's questioning something around the person that was taking care of her. Like not trusting something connected towards that person. Money, huh? And this is a person at an ATM. Somebody got paid off. There's the code. The code keeps coming out for the Diddy reading. Beach. I feel like this came out in one of the readings, and perversion. Like she was being watched, or people was watching. This energy of people watching. There. Who does this come out for? Vote. Family. Greed. And suicide in reverse. Bold transition. How does he feel about his mother's passing? Fire. She's a fire sign. This came out in the other reading I just did, aliens, and I think alien came out my other day. I feel like what's hidden, what's done in the dark, like something connected to Kim Porter or some things coming out is going to put the spotlight back on Kim Porter. This came out in the other reading. And it's him and the two other brothers, 3 boys, aliens, feeling indifferent, like not from here. What's the significance around the beach? I wonder, does he like going to the beach? Does he have water in his chart? Heavy emotions. He knows he's being watched. But even though this is beach, it gives me like a very eerie beach vibe. Or I wonder, did she like going by the water? Did she like barbecuing? What is the significance around aliens and grandparents that came out in the last reading and life insurance? And look at that. There's the tunnel again. Did she leave the money? I mean, I'm sure. Because we had a couple and grandparent. If one of her parents or both parents are still alive, there could, you know how some family knows certain stuff and they let you know? Grandparents usually gonna tell you the truth. If they feel like something played out a different way, they're gonna be honest with you. But I'm wondering if her parents, Kim Porter's parents, still alive. How does Quincy feel about his mother's death now that Diddy's trial is going on? Cancer, something growing. You can't get rid of it. A surprise, a ticking time bomb. Caution. More emphasis around money, cards. We just had the ATM card and fraud. Babies, this gives me like cult vibes. The night owl and money. Money being caught in the net. There go the letter S. Currency, investments, and anxiety, nervous, biting your nails, DNA, and hanging. A ticking time bomb, a surprise. This gives me, he may catch on to something, he's catching on to something, or something's going to be caught, and there may be a connection because of money, investments, to obviously his dad. This is all alleged entertainment purposes. You got a brain, some sort of hanging organ, nails. I wonder, is this something about DNA? There could be a connection to someone named Danny's and Meetings, Night Owl. This also gives me investigator vibes. Surprise, concern, night owl, anxiety. Almost out of time. Something's growing because this is like bacteria, a growth, a cancerous growth. It's the energy of putting two and two together. A surprise concern that brings you anxiety and is keeping you up at night. I went through this deck. Okay. What's the energy around Quincy Brown and how he feels about his mother's death now? I didn't even see that. Bottom of the deck is to Ten of Pentacles reverse. A conflict around family, familiar disunion, new financial issues, feeling like an outcast, being ostracized, not united. Freeing yourself from negativity or negative patterns. He's waking up. How does he feel about And it's Virgo towards Capricorn energy and Capricorn energy with the devil. How does he feel about his mother's passing now with everything that's coming out? Going within Virgo energy, and this is also like seeking wisdom, maybe spiritual, but not traditional spiritual. This is someone being free from something, wanting injustice, freedom, and also the beginning of an awakening. He's seeing something with how she left this earth, but it's still a conflict for him, and he's super guarded and protective. So going within is like he's keeping it all bottled up inside. I keep getting it. There's a lack of opportunities and money problems. And that's the connection with Diddy. Yeah, if he did this, how can I turn on him? Because I still feel like I need him. I'm still dependent on him. But there's an immaturity around him, especially because it feels like Diddy still provides for him. Judgment. He's making a decision. This also talks about a second chance, a decision linked towards Kim Porter's passing. He's acknowledging there's been negligence and mistakes. And this is the energy of not getting cooperation with this, doing something on your own, or thinking, not getting any help. And this is a transition, like him going on a soul-searching journey, leaving or abandoning, also being disappointed because you realize that something you believed in was just illusion. This is the energy of taking some sort of change or action, detaching. Six of Wands reverse. This also talks about minor hiccups, delayed, bad news, mistakes, setbacks. And look at that. There go the Emperor reverse. Someone that's falling from the power they had, a misuse of power, challenging authority. The Emperor is a older person and a father figure. But with it reversed, it's kind of like a deadbeat dad, not the best version of a father figure. And this person's lost the power they had. And then you got the Seven of Swords. This is betrayal, deception, something from norms, ulterior motive scheme, isolating, calculating, disregard. Bottom of the deck is Nine of Wands. This is interesting because I'm getting two things with this. This is like him being in energy of being competitive, still showing up as like kind of young-minded. I feel like he should be 30s, like in his 30s. But also considering, do I take some sort of swift action? Nights are very slow. But do I take some sort of swift action now that the Emperor, Diddy, has fallen from grace? He doesn't have as much power and control as he has. Do I try to challenge authority? Because this talks about prejudice and something being unjust, something being unfair. Injustice right here. So Diddy is the Eight of Swords reverse, which is someone possibly being free from a situation. And he's also the Emperor. I think he's waking up to, and it's because of Kim Porter, he's waking up to the message. But at the same time, it feels like he wants him to be out. 9, 87, 10, 10, 20. Let me ask again. Let me re-clarify. Does Quincy Brown now believe Diddy, Sean Combs, is the one that had something to do with his mother's passing? Does he now believe there's a connection to his mother's passing? He's looking into something, whether it's spiritual or going within, contemplating, more unstable energy around losing money, material loss, or needing help. Strength reverse is him still being too nice, too passive aggressive, and shrinking back, being too passive, still not making a decision. The Hermit is a maybe. Block is just a fall from grace, some sort of delayed news. Judgment talks about him finally making a decision, and that's a yes. Ten of Swords is, clarifying how it ended. Ten of Swords with that type of ending is usually due to some sort of betrayal. It's not such a good ending. And then I got another yes. So it's like he's at a fork in the road. It's like things are making sense to him. Um, Something may transpire between June to December of this year. But for him to say he did this, it will make him feel like I don't have no, well, he feels like I don't have no control. Because greed plays a role, like he's still very dependent on his dad, 9, 20, 10, 9. What's the Hermit? What's the Hermit? Wanting a fresh start. This came out in the other reading. Who is this Queen of Wands? Yeah, that reading is, this is something about a woman, someone that's in the spotlight. He's already familiar with this person, fire sign, even a Pisces. A fresh start, auspicious energy linked towards this person. And you got the Page of Wands once again and Seven of Swords. Page of Wands is a message or a messenger, some sort of new project or plan. And don't forget the spiritual energy here. But whatever this is, he's gonna do it strategic. There's something about, this is like the same message I'm getting. Like there's supposed to be an invitation or offer dealing with emotions, matters of the emotions, water sign energy, Scorpio energy, that will help with things that are remaining stagnant and in bad news. It'll still be an unstable foundation, but he'll still somehow have peace and harmony, just to a lesser degree, and it'll help him overcome big changes in his life with oppression. It'll help him rebuild. It'll be a wake-up call, and it's linked towards a woman. I don't know, and it's Kim Porter. It's linked towards Kim Porter, and you got a fire sign here. Another man, Scorpio, Sag energy, fire sign energy, and Page of Cups is the same thing. I keep getting he's supposed to have a baby, like, because this is my baby girl card, or birth something new, and it's linked towards his person. And now we got a King of Wands. Usually they're like a counterpart. Just I'll be sure. Like this, whatever this is, will help him move towards karma water, like heal and transform, even though with the immediate family setting, they're going through financial issues. He could feel like if he takes this fresh start, he'll be an outcast, he'll be ostracized, but it's good for him. Like he will have support, allies. Is this connected to Diddy's trial? Oh, still that energy of being breaking free from bondage. Kim wants him to be free from Diddy. So how does he feel about Diddy currently? Like, does he want Diddy to come out? Does he want Diddy to come out of prison? Yeah, because it's causing a big problem, and especially for finances. But at the same time, he wants things to move forward with his mom. Delays with the hangman. He's getting messages from the universe. 12-3, 12-6. And he's still ignoring his inner strength. He's seeing something differently, though. This was kind of weird because the last spread, I'll be sure was showing up as the King Ones. Now Diddy is showing up as the King Ones. So he still has some sort of loyalty to Diddy. So what does he feel like? Like, how does he feel? What does he feel like happened to Kim Porter? How does he feel like Kim Porter passed? Ooh, yeah, he is acknowledging Magician Gemini energy, 10 of Wands, and the Hierophant upright, that she was too big of a burden, and that's why things collapsed dealing with her. Something, she was too big of a burden. And the Magician verse talks about manipulation, trickery, something went out of control, connecting to the Hierophant's traditional values, a commitment, organization's rules, and structure. The Lover's reverse, betrayal from a relationship that was over. This boy knows. 7 of Cups. Scorpio energy, temptation, sequoia, superficiality, various choices. He still doesn't have all the pieces. Scorpio energy, Diddy's a Scorpio, personal challenges, secrecy, test, mystery, hidden wisdom, spirituality. The Chariot, Cancer energy, something going in the right direction. And 4 Swords, she ends up after an illness or a battle. He knows something didn't go right when it comes to, like, how did she end up sick. He knows it. He's once again with the Hangman. This talks about self-sacrifice. You're getting messages from the universe. He's growing spiritually. This talks about prophecy, involuntary submission. His trust is being tested, suffering, but he's seeing something differently. He's looking at something unconventionally. Betrayal and trickery. This talks about a relationship being over, broken up, betrayal. Look at that. There go the Emperor. I clarify the Chariot. This talks about, I clarify the Chariot, what went in the right direction with her passing. Somebody, through a source of verses, like somebody wanted to reconcile, apologize, release, get over past hurts, heal something. The star spotlight, Aquarius energy. The Emperor reverse, that older figure, father figure, someone that's fallen from the power they had, but something didn't work out with this person. It didn't work out. Is Diddy the Emperor? Yes. Ace of Cups reverses, didn't feel the same. It almost feels like he feels as if Diddy wanted Kim back and Kim didn't want him back. 6 of Pentacles talks about an equal give and take, maybe some sort of transaction, paying for something, but it wasn't reciprocated with the Ace of Cups reverse. This talks about a materialistic energy, unhappiness, repressed emotions, someone being spiritually promiscuous, overindulgence, unstable desires, feelings not reciprocated. 6 being highlighted. This boy know. He know. So is he going to try to get justice for his mother's passing? Is he going to try to get justice for his mother's passing? Judgment. Yes. This talks about second chances and making a decision, judgment call, awakening, epiphany, spiritual realization, renewal, rebirth, transition, absolution, and forgiveness. The letter C. So how is he gonna try to go about getting his justice for his mother? Yeah. The star spotlight healing, spiritual guidance, generous, kind-hearted healing, renewal, creativity. Four of Cups, he's thinking about what to do next, especially when it comes to matters of the family dynamic and what he wants the ending to be. His wishes may not come true because of materialism, greed, and vanity, but he is going to find an opportunity or some sort of compromise. It may have something to do with reconnecting with somebody. This talks about compromise, reconciliation, cooperation, opportunity. Ooh, cooperating with who? Who is he thinking about cooperating with? The love is reversed. Somebody who just some sort of betrayal, relationship was over with. Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy, delusion, imagination, trickery, the magician, breaking taboo. There's the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sag energy. Temporary conflicts, disharmony, unbalanced relationship. He's getting more spiritual. So it's like healing is how he's going to get justice for his mom. The magician could be something with magic or manifestation going wrong. There go to justice. This also feels like communicating with someone that gives orders, following the rules. Page of Swords is watching and talking, outspoken communication. The Hierophant could be a pope, preacher, or someone that has some sort of power that people listen to, and they're linked towards the justice. He's in his head about this, but it feels like he's going to eventually accept the minor defeat and do something to stay away from greater conflict. This justice is linked towards negligence and mistakes and setbacks and disappointment, because how is he going to get the justice? He's looking at something differently. The messages from the universe, putting something in the right direction, but still being overly cautious because things at a standstill. Temperance, healing, praying. There's something going to be revealed about him leaving or detaching. That's also like going on a soul-searching journey. So a couple of different messages for him. That's what I have. Very interesting. Enjoy the rest of your day.